Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome to F1 Manager 24 Creative Team Career here on the PC with Cadillac. 2 rounds to go until the end of our season. It is round 23 and we are heading to the Lusail International Circuit for the Qatar Grand Prix. And as you can see, we start tonight's stream with nearly $3 million of debt. And the reason is because we have signed Lewis Hamilton for next season. Out of contract with Ferrari, not going anywhere to another team. So I gambled. I made him an offer, made him a series of offers. They were all too much. Way beyond what we could really afford. Even what we've offered now is probably a little way beyond what we could actually afford, but we'll find out next year. And he kept coming back saying either, you know, I want this, or I want this, or I want this. We got an upgrade in on our boardroom, which improved our team's attractiveness. I had one more crack at it with terms that were more of a compromise of what he wanted against what I was prepared to pay. And he signed. So, yeah, big old expensive signing fee. We had to break Checo's contract for next season because he had a year left on his deal. But that was a lot cheaper than I expected. It was only about 6 mil in total to break Perez's contract. But combined with the near 5 million signing on fee we had to offer Hamilton, it has put us in debt. And then we've got to pay him like $42 million a year. So for next season onwards, for 3 seasons. That's assuming he doesn't retire at some point mid-contract, but we shall see how that goes. But now we need to concentrate on the last 2 Grand Prix of the season. Valtteri and Perez have both had their moments this season where they perform well. Perez has actually really improved his performances in the last few races, ironically, pretty much since I started negotiating with Hamilton. He's started picking up his performances. And as you can see, we now sit on 46 points. We had a tremendous result last night as far as Perez goes. He picked up some big points, picked up 10 points yesterday. So he now sits on 13. Valtteri still sits above him on 33 points. Could have been a really good race for both drivers, but yeah, Valtteri got caught out with an unlucky timed safety car right after he'd stopped for his first set of tyres. And that ended up, you know, dropping him down multiple positions as everyone boxed in front of him for a cheap pit stop. But we still ended up fighting back to a tremendous result. If we take a look at last night's results, there you can see we finished in 5th and 7th. Phenomenal performance from our drivers. Easily our best result of the season. And I say we picked up 16 points. That's the most we scored in a single Grand Prix. Previously, it was when Valtteri finished 4th in Australia and nearly took the podium, and that was worth 12 points. So, yeah, what a great result last night. Can we duplicate that tonight? It's going to be another circuit where tyre chaos could well be prevalent. But by the same token, I think our tyres will suffer here as well. We are going to need to make sure we carry 2 sets of hards across, I think, because I don't expect the softs to last very well here at all. As you can see, the track abrasiveness very high, combined with how tyres generally overheat very quickly at this circuit. I think soft tyres are going to fall apart after maybe a maximum of 10 laps. So that's for us. The AI will probably get about 5 to 6 to 7 laps on their tyres before they bail on them at the beginning. So yeah, I think we're probably looking at a medium hard strategy tonight. We just have to pray, because we will be keeping that extra set of hards. We'll have to pray that they do keep in the temperature window, because we have seen problems with that in the past where they haven't stayed in the window, and we've had to push them, and that can really have a knock-on effect on what our strategy is going to actually do. As far as our cars go, we got 4 parts of the 6 on Valtteri's car that are at medium risk, so that is potentially all 4 of those parts that could need replacing after this Grand Prix. And it's worse for Checo. It's 5 of 6. The only thing we do not have an extra spare of, really, that could be an issue is the chassis. So somebody, Checo, is going to have to roll back to an older chassis if both of them go before we get to Abu Dhabi. Underfloor, it's only Checo that's at risk on that, and we do have a spare. As far as front wings go, I'd really like it if we at least went in with a spare front wing, if at all possible, to the final Grand Prix. So we may potentially have to switch Checo down to the previous spec if both of them suffer a front wing failure after today, just so that I have a spare. Rear wings, less worried about that. I mean, if a rear wing breaks in the race, there's nothing I can do about it. So side pods, we have spares for both cars. And as I say, it's only Perez's underfloor that is at risk. So yeah, the only potential issues after tonight will be maybe rolling back the chassis and maybe rolling back the front wing. Everything else should be covered. We're not going to make any more parts. We haven't got any money to make any more parts anyway. We don't even have any money to start one final research project. So these projects here, these 3 here, are the last bits of research that we are doing this season. There's nothing more we can do now apart from try and generate as much cash as possible to A, clear the debt, and B, try and have something in the bank ready for the start of next season. Otherwise, we're going to start next season quite badly in debt. Evening, Wayne. Evening, Dino. Evening, Victor. Good to see you guys. Hello to everyone else who's lurking in the chat as well. Let's get ourselves started, shall we? Let's set some targets. We are going to go 18th or higher. I do think that should be a pretty straightforward set of targets for us tonight. Question is, where will we actually finish? Will we knock on the door of points, or will we toil in obscurity at the back of the grid? Let's find out.
Our calendar brings us to the Middle East this weekend for the Qatar Grand Prix. Lusail International Circuit is a speed demon, fast and flowing with a long main straight, one that's sure to see plenty of overtaking action.
In the Constructors' title battle, it's Mercedes who are currently leading. And those crucial Constructors' Championship points are what the teams have fought so hard for.
There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Okay, let's give... Do I give the rookies a run out? No, because we're saving those hard tyres. So I can't do any prolonged running. So no rookie run-outs today. Instead, we will just get started with setup straight away for our 2 drivers. Let's put the old bits in. And by old bits, I mean engines, not our drivers, who are both aging. Seem to be replaced with an even older driver, albeit more successful driver. Much to the chagrin of Dino and Farah, Hamilton will be part of the team. We'll do setup in a moment. Let's get the other parts done first. Down to 50% on that engine. That's not great. But it will last the season as long as it doesn't crash. So, not the end of the world. Right. Run plan for Lusail. Normally 18 laps. I think we'll be very lucky to get 15, but we'll fuel for 20 and see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can save a bit on the tyres as the session progresses. Dino says hopefully Hamilton will be as successful as he's been at Ferrari. Cheeky bugger. I'm trying to win races. Well, I'm not expecting to challenge for wins next season, but I am expecting to challenge for points on a more consistent basis next season. With the big research that we've made and the fact that we've signed a driver who is going to be considerably quicker. Because the driver actually plays in this game a huge role in the pace of a car. I could have two identical cars, and one car could have, say, Max in it, and the other car could have, say, Stroll in it, and it would be night and day in terms of the potential pace of the car. Absolutely night and day. It's more pronounced as well when you have a bad car than a good car. Because a good car will still be quick, even in a rubbish driver's hands, but not as quick. But in a poor car, where everything is going to be a struggle, then the better the driver, the more you can actually extract from that and maybe even outperform it. Whereas a poor driver in a poor car adds back of the grid every time. Run plans are done. Let's get our setups put on, shall we? So, it's going to be a 13 on the rear wing, I think, for both cars. We're probably looking anywhere between sort of a 7 and a 9 on the front wing. I'm going to start with an 8.5 on the front wing here. We're probably looking at a 7.3. Could maybe be a 6.4, might drift over to an 8.2, but we're going to go 7.3 on the start. I'm going to push this up a little bit to about there, and we'll push that up to there for this car here. And then we'll do something a little similar but a little different at the same time for Checo. So we'll just go to an 8, not an 8.5. We'll go to a 13 again. We'll go 7.3 again. This time I'm going to push this up a little bit further, and I'm going to push this up all the way up as well. And let's see how we get on with this. Very, very similar setups tonight. Hopefully they'll both be pretty close.
Green light.
Ready, check.
Copy, loud and clear.
And speaking of Stroll, he will be returning to the grid
Good for me
to
too.
drive for Racing Bulls next season. Don't know why they decided that would be a good idea, but they did. Of all the drivers they could have chosen from, he would not have been one of the ones I would have recommended. Maybe if Perez had been available at the time, they would have signed him. I wonder if Perez will get signed for anybody next season. I think it's probably too late now. But maybe the season after, we might see Perez back on the grid again. Let's see. Rookie-wise, we have Dino Beganovic in the car for Charles Leclerc at Ferrari. No rookies at McLaren today. Red Bull are running 2 rookies. Nagel is in, and so is... I can never remember who Agu is. Let's have a look. Aguilar. There we go. Matthias Aguilar. Victor Martin is running for George at Mercedes. Teo Porcher is in for Alex Albon at Williams. No rookies for Alpine. No rookies for Haas. No rookies for Racing Bulls. No rookies for Audi. And Aston Martin are giving Kasper Stucker a run in place of Yuki Tsunoda today.
I'm managing the tire.
We need to work on the tires, keep the temperature on the tires.
Still the same.
Well, these tyres aren't even firing up. I mean, I'm sure they will continue to increase in temperature, but they haven't done yet. And we've got a VSC. Nagel has binned it. Oh, yeah, that is definitely...
Just watch for debris on the track.
Oh, he was hit.
Let's see what happened there.
Or he hit someone. I think he was hit
so
from
heading
behind.
into turn 1 here. Now there's an inviting opportunity there. The car's coming together.
Yeah,
right
someone
there.
clobbered
I
him.
imagine their confidence will have taken.
Don't know who.
And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
Stucker. Stucker took him out.
Virtual safety car deployed.
Former Red Bull young driver. Obviously did not like the fact that he must have parted on bad terms with Dr. Helmut Marko, because, you know, first opportunity he gets he takes out his former team. Evening, Carmelo. Evening, Farah. Yes, I have. And is it my second season? No, it's not. Well, technically. I simmed through season 1 before we started this season. So I simmed through the 2025 season to get to the start of 2026 for the new series. But this is our first proper season, if that makes sense. So all that work we've been doing to build temperature in the tyres brought to a screeching halt because of the VSC. Let's see if they fire up again. We've got an issue on Lindblad's car. It's gone orange. That's wear rate. So whatever part that is will get replaced at the end of this practice session.
Pretty sweet.
Got some feedback from Valtteri. Oh, good start. 96%. Yeah, Lando is, or was, the reigning world champion. George won the title at Las Vegas last night. So he will be with number 1 on his car next season. Still up for grabs is the constructors. There's a 30-point gap with 2 rounds to go between McLaren and Mercedes. Mercedes top. McLaren looking to get their 3rd consecutive Constructors' Championship.
Any feedback?
91% for Checo, so a little bit more work to do on his car, but still not too far off. Tyres still have not fired up, and now I'm thinking we may have problems with the hard tyres. I wonder if I go with extra mediums. I still might need to push the mediums as well. So, I think we will carry 2 sets of hards in to the Grand Prix.
And try to keep the temperature on the tires.
But it's possible we may end up having to 3-stop. And the tyres haven't worn out quite as quickly as I thought they would, despite them being outside the temperature window. got 18 laps out of them before they went below 30%. That's pretty good. And they become basically now unusable after 20 laps. We won't be taking them that far in the race if we have to use them, but well, not without some serious management. But yeah, that might not be possible, I suppose. Let's make some changes. Let's bring this down. Let's bring it down 3 clicks to there, so that we get a nice little bit of movement there, tiny bit of movement there, and everything else stays laser locked in. Let's put a fresh set of tyres on the car. Okay, that needs to change, and that could go either way. Could be an 8.2, could be a 6.4. I'm going to go with an 8.2, I think. But it does mean I'm going to have to change a few of the things on the car. Potentially. Let's see. Front wing needed a change, so that's okay. That needed a small change. Let's... Oh, I can't bring that up. Yeah, that's going to break things too much. So, let's try going the other way then. Let's go to a 6.4. And now I can bring that back like that. That stays locked. That now is locked again. We get slight movement here and enough movement here. We'll give that a go and see if that works. And we can always make another set of changes if we need to.
How are we looking?
And try to work on your front tires.
Ooh, Bottas finds a little bit of pace on that lap. Jumps up a couple of places. I'm sure it's just a temporary thing. Might not get the full feedback from Checo. We might not have enough time. We'll get it from Valtteri because Mark Slade's feedback rating is 100.
Is it that working properly?
Depends what you mean by is it working properly. Is it attached to the car and not puncturing? Yes. Oh, we might just get that feedback from Perez. There we go. We've got an optimal rating from Valtteri, so that's encouraging.
Got that.
And it's bang on at 100%. Excellent stuff. What about Checo? Will we get his feedback in time? We do, and we're at 92%, so we gained 1% with those changes. Okay. We've probably broken something else by moving the car the way we have. That's fine. We can fix that. We've still got 2 more sessions to go. And this one is done.
Okay, and check it flag.
So, let's have a look at Perez's setup, see what needs to change. Oh, everything's just that little bit off. So, probably running too much somewhere. This is normally quite high. Don't really want to mess with the front wing too much. I'd rather make the changes on the camber. That's not going to give me enough of a change. All right, let's gamble. Let's gamble that that's going to stay in optimal and that's going to stay in optimal. We'll see how that works. A touch more camber and a touch more front wing. Let's see. Let's run medium tyres in this session. And again, I'm just going to look and see what kind of pace we get. Well, not so much pace, sorry, how much distance we can get on these tyres before they become unusable. And whether or not they stay fired up as well. We never got the softs into the operating window. So, it might be tough to do it with the mediums as well. Without pushing them. Let's find out.
Green light.
So all the first team drivers back into the cars. And we have a yellow flag already. It's a spin for Perez.
Copy.
Yellow flag.
Well, we won't have to worry about that next season.
Let's take a closer look. Things look fine here. And round they go. And ultimately, just unable to bring the car under control.
At least he hasn't broken the underfloor. Tyres are not hitting the window. Not sure what the window is for this circuit. I'm guessing 110 on these tyres. It might be that the temperature window is really narrow around the circuit, because when we're in the mid to high 90s on the softs, and we've seen the window is either starts at 85 or 95. And yeah, we're like 97, I think, on the softs, and they were still blue. So temperature windows could be a bit strange here. All right, we have our feedback. He says optimal,
Yeah, keep it.
which is encouraging.
Copy that.
And it's bang on. There we go. Both cars fully set up. That's what I like to see. So now it's just testing these tyres. See how far we can go on them. A reminder as well that the poll for next season's calendar is still up on the posts tab of the channel. Have your say. Vote which Grand Prix you would like to see removed. Or write it down in the comments if it's not there. And if you would like to see a sprint added to a specific track next season, because we are increasing the number of sprints up to 10 next season, let me know as well which sprints you would like to see added. I will be making the changes to the calendar after tomorrow night's race. And we're setting it up so that from that point on, we can then just hit shuffle using the in-game shuffle. So it'll rotate some circuits in and out, and it'll change where those sprints are, but it will keep the number of Grand Prix locked at 20 and 10. So these tyres are now pretty much unusable. Didn't get many laps on them, did we, in comparison? Oh dear, I don't know what to do with tyres now for the Grand Prix. I really don't. Remember, we're going to have to use the hards, but how durable are they actually going to be in racing conditions?
And box, this one, box, speed confirmed.
Okay, copy.
I think we should be fully prepped now as well. We won't even need to run in the next session. We'll still have to go into the session and sim it. And run it like we have been doing rather than simming it. Otherwise, they will use hard tyres, which I don't want them to do. And they'll probably change the setups as well. There we go. Setup confirmed. Prep level is 100%. So we will be just sitting out the entire session. In FP3. Made some really, really good progress on the rugby layout, the rugby station layout last night. I've got all 4 lines up and running. I've got my field yard completely rebuilt. I still have some extra bits I need to add in. The Daventry rail freight system needs to be added onto the edge of the Northampton line. Got some more point work to put in here and there, but apart from that, it's almost complete, at least in terms of the layout itself. There's still a ton of work to do with reboarding everything and putting scenery in, but you know, there's no immediate rush on that. So I'll be updating the layout onto the Steam Workshop in the next couple of days, so that it's available for anyone who wants to try and run it themselves. We got a penalty for Lindblad and Antonelli. We know Lindblad's had a replacement engine part today. I'm not sure if Antonelli is also on an engine part. Sonoda and Bortoletto will also have some penalties to deal with as well. Evening, Madman. So we will be sitting out fact, let me do this now so I can just not have to worry about it in the next session. And we can go straight into qualifying.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green light.
So, while we're sat letting everyone do their practice laps, let's take a look at those standings. So George is the champion of 2026. He will have the number 1 on his car next season. But this is the current fight in the Constructors' Championship. As you can see, Mercedes top with 508 points over McLaren's 478. 30-point gap. 86 points remain across tonight and tomorrow's Grand Prix. So, it's within McLaren's power to claw that gap down and maybe even still win and get their 3rd straight Constructors' Championship, but it is very much advantage Mercedes. How are they actually going to fare, though? We see Antonelli has that penalty, so he's going to be starting further back. Piastri's been very strong recently, arguably potentially stronger than Russell has been in recent races. Although Russell was very, very quick last night in Las Vegas. Antonelli had a shocker. Norris actually had a pretty good result last night as well. He's been up and down this year. He's had a couple of good moments, but he's been very much outperformed by his teammate this year. Just the 1 win for Lando this season. 5 wins now for Oscar. So it could go either way, this Constructors' standings, this Constructors' fight. We've seen moments where both teams have had their moments of dominance. And we've also seen some pretty wild inconsistency, both in qualifying and in race pace. How many times have we seen George knocked out in Q1 this season? At least 3 times that I can think of. Antonelli's been all over the place. He's been blisteringly quick at times. He's won a Grand Prix, but he's also been toiling in obscurity at the back of the grid, just like Norris. Piastri's had some weird moments as well. Did not start the season particularly well, but he has really blossomed into sort of like the number 1 driver at McLaren this season, with, I say, those 5 wins now. Norris, of course, leaving the team at the end of the season. He is moving to partner up with George Russell at Mercedes. And Antonelli is moving the other way. He will be partnering up with Piastri. So it will become an all-British lineup again at Mercedes with Lando and George. And 2 very promising, very talented younger drivers at McLaren in Oscar and Kimi. I'm really kind of curious to see what their lineup actually, how it performs next season. I think while next season might not be the best season for McLaren, I think the season after that, if they keep hold of Oscar, could be very good. As long as their car is good, another season or 2 under Antonelli's belt will make him a mighty driver, and Piastri's hitting that sweet spot now. So, yeah, they could be a real force in the next couple of seasons, potentially. But Mercedes could be as well, with George and Lando. Again, it's all about how their car is going to develop over the winter, I think. And there we go. That is it for practice. Any more penalties been picked up Let's see, it's Kimi, Sonoda, Bortoletto and Lindblad, so it's the same as before. Let's get ready for qualifying.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
At Lusail, the key factor in qualifying is timing. Track evolution is huge at this circuit in the desert, and drivers need the optimum track conditions as much as the best car setup to get a good qualifying result.
And here's a driver there's been quite a focus on recently, Karun, Valtteri Bottas.
While neither teammate has really managed to score well so far, perhaps picking up a few points this weekend would spur on a bit of healthy rivalry.
So stay with us, folks. It's sure to be a good one.
Such condescension from Karun there. Not many, neither drivers performed particularly well. They haven't scored that many points. Yeah, they've done it in the worst car on the grid all season. And we are sitting very comfortably where we are in the constructors. So, yeah. They scored more points than Chandok ever did. All right, straight into qualifying because we've already set the cars up. Tyres are not going to last very long, so we're going to sit in the garage for a little while. Let the track rubber in a little bit more. Temperature is 7.2 degrees. It's not very warm considering the air temperature. We have got some cloud cover. Of course, it is night. Who is going to be first to break cover? It's Lindblad. Hamilton coming out as well. Going to keep an eye on our new signing. And Lawson as well. So both the racing bulls are out early. Alonso making his way out now as well. We will have a new look Ferrari and Red Bull for next season. I have a 2026 car model for both of those two teams. But only those two at the moment. I was hoping we might have a couple more by now, but there's still time. And we will add in others as and when we can. So Lindblad first to set the sector time at 27.2. I wonder what the new part in his car is. Whether it's engine, ERS or gearbox. Lawson just fractionally slower. And Hamilton is 6/10 quicker. Woo. That's quite a gap in the first sector. That shows the difference in both performance of the car and the driver between the racing bulls there. So we have our pace setting lap. It's a 24.793. That's about to change. There's Lawson just ahead, finishing his lap. He will go second, I think. He's down half a second to his teammate so far. Oh, 8/10 in the end, and then Hamilton goes almost just over 9/10 quicker than Lindblad there. Alonso is coming up to complete his lap. As is Bortoletto. Alonso slots into third place. Bortoletto goes up to P3. Kimi goes P4. Slower than Bortoletto. What about Ollie Behrman? Behrman is a driver I would have loved to have signed, but he'd already re-signed for Haas before we even had a chance to negotiate with him. And Behrman is not quick. I wonder if he got held up. Let's see. 27.9, not a great first sector, not a great middle sector, and down a few tenths in the final sector. Maybe that car's just running to the end of its life cycle with that powertrain. Track is starting to clear up a little bit. Let's send out Valtteri and Perez. Try and give them a little bit of clean air if we can. Right, here comes George to finish his lap.
Russell coming through. Get everything as you want it to be for the start of the lap.
Copy.
And Russell is 7th. He's a second and a half away. Did he get traffic? We got a yellow flag. Someone running wide, I think. Oh no, a lockup for Nico Hulkenberg.
Let's watch these cars as they head into turn 10.
Mistakes have been really creeping into Hulkenberg's season in the last few races. He is retiring at the end of the year, along with Fernando Alonso. The time has finally come for those two to step away. Alonso will be replaced by Esteban Ocon at Aston Martin next season. And Hulkenberg will be replaced by Arvid Lindblad at Audi. Right, over to Valtteri.
So you're in a good position. You're good to go if you wish.
Got our first McLaren coming through behind Perez. It's Lando Norris. Let's see what time he can set. goes second. Nobody has got anywhere near Hamilton's time so far. Hadjar up to 10th. $27.5, $27.6 for our drivers in the first sector. Colapinto goes 13th, Sainz up to 6th place. Again, Perez slightly quicker than Valtteri. I'm starting to wonder if I've replaced the wrong driver. Across the line for Valtteri, it's 13th place, 2.3 seconds off the back of Lewis, but 1.5 seconds off everyone else. Perez goes 11th, 0.2 quicker. Oh, Max is on a very quick-looking lap. A very quick-looking lap indeed.
Copy.
Might finally see a challenge to the top of the running order here. And he goes top by 19 thousandths of a second. Oscar crosses the line. He is 10th, just ahead of George Russell, but behind Kimi Antonelli. And 4 tenths down, nearly 5 tenths down on his teammate. Leclerc on his first flying run. Tsunoda's not looking particularly good in the first sector. Or the middle sector, actually, for that matter. Lawson has improved his lap time, so he's now within just 5 thousandths of his teammate.
Just stop on the marks.
Disney.
Speed limiter on. And stop on the marks.
This is not a quick lap for Charles. This is a slow lap for Tsunoda. He only goes P12, but he's ahead of George. So that shows just how bad George's run was. And up to the line for Charles Leclerc. He goes P4, but again, over 8 tenths slower than the front two. Albon slightly quicker in that first sector. Tyres only down to 88%. That's not bad. I expected him to wear a bit quicker than that. Again, I think we are really going to struggle to have any chance of getting out of this session. Albon's going to get through now. We're going to see improvements from everyone around us. I think it might just move the goalposts a bit out of reach. Let's see, what does Alex Albon do across the line? Where's Sainz right now? Sainz is in P9. Albon goes third, and he is quicker than pretty much everybody apart from the front two now by a decent margin. Nearly 4 tenths quicker than Norris. Track starting to ramp up a little bit. See the grip level really starting to climb now. We're going to take a gamble and try and go out at the last possible moment. Try and get the track in as best condition as it can possibly be. Just to see if we can maybe sneak one of our cars through. Evening, Johnny. Nobody on a flying lap yet, I think. Oh, no, Alonso is. He has not improved in the first sector. And George getting held up badly by Oscar Piastri through turn 1. So this isn't going to be a good lap for George here either. This could actually leave George at risk of getting eliminated in Q1 again. Look at this first sector for Hadjar. 26.8. That is quick. That's front row pace. Hamilton improves his time by 9 thousandths of a second. .28.7 for George. Look how much time he lost to Hadjar. He lost 2 seconds in that first sector. And we have a yellow flag. Someone has an Aston going off. Is that Yuki? No, it's Alonso.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Is this an outlap? Oh, that's a big spin. Very big spin. And has that compromised Charles Leclerc? No, Charles was on an outlap. So if that wasn't an outlap for Alonso and that was the start of a push lap, it's now an in lap because he's aborted his run. There goes Yuki. That is Lando.
And we need a good warm-up on the brakes.
Okay.
And Lindblad's popped out in between us. Hockenberg just behind us. Couple more cars leaving the pit lane as well now. Kimi Antonelli and one of the Alpines. Which one is it? It's Gasly. He's up in P7. Once again, we're seeing some good pace out of him. Colapinto currently way down the order. And that's a bad first sector. So he's out. He's not going to improve enough to get out. George is in the drop zone. George is going to be eliminated as he dives into the pits. There is not time for him to go out and have another crack at this. We were saying earlier, weren't we? How many times have we seen George eliminated in Q1? Well, you can add another one to that because he is out once again in Q1. Colapinto improves up to 19th place. We are now at the back of the grid as Perez gets ready to start his flying lap.
Track is clear. Start the lap.
Gap is currently good. Good to go. Go, go.
So we've got Ocon as a reference point. We need to see if we can at least beat Ocon. Oh my god, it's a 28-1. That's a terrible first sector for Checo. What about Valtteri? .27.5, he's up 6/10, but he's way down on Ocon, half a second down on Ocon. Yes, it looks like we are starting from the back. Well, before penalties. This is a terrible lap for Checo. Valtteri is up almost a second. No, he is up a second. Up 4/10 in the first sector, up 6/10 in the middle sector. Hulkenberg's at risk. Well, Hulkenberg's in the drop zone. Piastri is at risk if Hulkenberg can find a big enough improvement, or if Valtteri can somehow squeak through. Not a great finish to the lap when we end up last by a considerable amount. Hulkenberg cannot improve enough. Piastri just squeaks through into Q2, but George out once again, along with Nico Hulkenberg, Oliver Behrman, Franco Colapinto, and both Perez and Bottas. Once again, a very bad qualifying. Let's see who sticks it on pole. We have a penalty for Verstappen. So we've got an extra penalty picked up now. Has he got a new engine today? Kimi puts it on pole ahead of Max Verstappen. Both of them have engine penalties. So is that a 5-place or a 10-place penalty? Could be either. Could be both. They could have multiple penalties to apply. But it will end up being Charles Leclerc who will start this Grand Prix on pole. Sainz has qualified 4th, then 5th for Gasly, 6th for Hamilton, 7th for Ocon, 8th for Oscar Piastri, 9th for Albon. Where is Lando? 10th for Hadjar, 11th for Alonso, 12th for Tsunoda, 13th for Lindblad. Where is Lando? There he is, 14th on the grid. But again, we'll gain some places with penalties. 15th for Lawson, 16th for Bortoletto, 17th for Hulkenberg, 18th for George, 19th for Behrman, 20th for Colapinto, 21st and 22nd for our drivers. Let's see what the amended grid looks like. Evening, Adrian.
Here on the outskirts of Doha, the teams are preparing for the 57 laps of this evening's race.
Formula One first came to Qatar in 2021. Lewis Hamilton managed to pick up the victory, and in doing so claimed Lusail as his 30th different Grand Prix winning circuit.
As a desert track, Lusail is dusty and challenging. Grip levels are crucial and can change throughout a race weekend or even during a single session. The unique layout demands the highest possible downforce despite being a relatively open track. It's race day and final preparations are underway.
All right, after penalties are applied, what is going to be the starting order? Let's have a look. Leclerc on pole from Sainz, Gasly, Hamilton up to 4th, Ocon, Piastri in 6th, Norris now up into 10th place. So both McLarens are going to start this Grand Prix in the top 10. They are 30 points behind Mercedes in the Constructors with 2 rounds to go. And Mercedes, they are 11th. Max got a 10-place penalty as well, so he starts in 12th. And where is George now? George up to 16th with some penalties. Yuki got a 3-place penalty. That'll be for a collision at Vegas last night. Lindblad down 5 places for a replacement part. Bortoletto with a brand new engine set by the look of it. Down 21 places to the back of the grids. So we will not start completely last, but it's not looking good for us in terms of the pace. let's start planning out our strategies, shall we? So, I'm thinking maybe soft, hard, hard. Or medium, hard, hard. Let's compare the two. That is slightly quicker. Will give us better grip off the line. In the Nexus. Am I using the 2025 DLC? I am, but I'm also running a lot of other mods as well. They're all listed in the video description if you're curious. That is quicker still, but that's really pushing our luck on the tyres. Well, I appreciate your work, sir. It's a very nice DLC. What do I do? I think let's play it safe. Let's go with the medium hard hard. Because we may well have to fire these tyres up. Not going to put any extra fuel in. But I'm not going to take any out. I am going to push a little off the line. And we are ready. The start of the Qatar Grand Prix is next.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. Now it'll be interesting to see what the Alpine can achieve here.
I don't think there'll be many expecting them to mount a challenge from P19, but I wouldn't discount their chances.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. We're about to get going here in Qatar. And it's lights out and away we go.
All right, good launch off the line for Valtteri. Can we get through unscathed? Oh, there's a crash in front of us. That's Alonso and Antonelli.
There was a crash. Watch for debris.
Now this was on the straight, and you can see how tight it is. And you can see how the cars come together. An unfortunate moment, yes, but as any driver
Looked a lot more dramatic
this is an
at track level.
Sport.
Are they out? No, they're both still going. They're both still going, but that basically has eliminated Alonso from any chance of points today. And it's going to probably hamper Antonelli's chances of getting some points as well. He's picked up a penalty. So it's all on George to try and limit the points that McLaren scored tonight. That still needs to be settled, remember. The constructors, Mercedes 30 points clear with 86 available in the last 2 races. I'm going to keep pushing the fuel, but I'm going to turn the batteries down now.
And charge button on.
Copy.
Charge on.
What am I expecting from this race? Carnage with tyres.
DRS is enabled.
We could finish anywhere from
We're
the back of the grid to in the
17.
points as a
You've got
result.
Russell in front of you.
I'm running the tyre performance mod. Yeah. Pace-wise, we've got the worst car on the grid by quite a way, but we finished 5th and 7th in Vegas last night. So, yeah, who knows? It could be anywhere here. Am I staying with Ferrari engines next season? Yes, I am, because Cadillac won't be introducing their own, or GM won't be introducing their own engine probably until 2029. So my plan is to use Ferrari power until the 2029 season, and then introduce the Cadillac engine using the custom engines on the online database editor. Although, having said that, it'll probably just be the Renault engine that's rebranded. Seeing as nobody's running the Renault engine and it won't exist it's from next season. All right, under pressure from Lindblad. Let's see, hard tyres for Antonelli. Oh, there, it finally registers the penalty. Hard tyres for Alonso, for Lindblad, for Bortoletto and Albon. Everyone else on softs or mediums. Valtteri trying to fight him off. Shuts the door.
Doing a great job. Car ahead, he's Russell.
If a mod came out with that was based on a previous season with model swaps, would I try it? I wouldn't want to mess with the mod setup I've got here at the moment for this too much, because I've got this as a long-term series. So I don't have to keep swapping mods in and out and in and out just to try something. But if I could figure out a way to have 2 separate versions of the game running, you know, 2 separate installs, where I could have mods on one and then a separate set of mods on the other, and then choose which one I wanted to launch, then absolutely yes. I mean, I'm really disappointed because I'm quite new to the PC scene. I've only been on PC for just about a year now. I've been playing this series since it first launched, but on consoles. And I knew of the existence of the 1989 mod on F1 Manager 22, and I really wanted to play it. But unfortunately, when I went to download a copy of the PC version, it's been delisted. So I can't download F1 Manager 22 to try the mod, which I really wanted to, because that's the era that I started watching Formula One, the late 80s. So I was really excited to try it. Now, when I finally had the chance, and now I don't have the chance. A real shame. I am actually adding in some 2026 model cars for next season over the weekend. I've got a Ferrari model and a Red Bull model that Mr. Only has made. I don't know if anyone else is making 2026 models. I haven't seen anyone else making them yet. Are you working on a 2026 DLC? Is that going to include the new car model for 2026 as well? As Bortoletto slots through as well, so we've lost 2 places with Valtteri recently.
Great.
A long way to go. Car behind us,
All right,
Perez.
let's calm down the engines.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
And let's
to
turn on the
530%.
batteries. Now that we're 5 laps in, or 4 laps in.
Mode push.
Copy.
So Leclerc leads from Sainz by nearly 5 seconds. Wow, he's gone, hasn't he? He's just sprinted away. Sainz second, Gasly up in third, Hamilton fourth, Ocon is fifth, Piastri is in 6th place, 7th for Albon, 8th for Hadjar, 9th for Norris, 10th for Max Verstappen. So McLaren currently on for 10 points today, bring the gap down to 20 with 1 round to go if it stays as is. Russell down in 16th place, and Antonelli toiling away in obscurity behind us and Alonso. Ooh, that does sound nice. That does sound very nice, Nexus. And I will happily run it where I can. Please tell me that you're adding in Colton Herta into the database. Oh, yellow flag for someone. It's Lawson. Lawson dropping down the order.
Here's the replay. So let's follow the action going into turn 12. The brakes couldn't cope, and hopefully there's not too much damage to the tyres.
Let's put him right in Valtteri's crosshairs. And there we go, Alonso is into the pits. Wow, Alonso's on hard tyres and he's coming off those tyres already. Is he just trying to get an undercut? Get some clear air maybe? I mean, his rear wing's destroyed, so he's not going to be challenging the points anytime soon, but he's going onto a set of soft tyres. Decent stop. And Lawson's pulling away from me. So I just do not have pace, as I was expecting. What's my tyre wear looking like? Yeah, that's not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all.
What about tyres?
A little bit of training on the front left, but it's not too bad.
We're out of battery now.
You should be mode charge.
Copy.
to reduce K1 usage.
Okay.
And just a reminder on garage.
Copy.
Charge on.
Yeah, copy.
Taking a slightly different approach. Have about 2 routes for save. People who could update their saves. Use the database editor for people who want to start a new save. Have access to the save creator file. So that's like when you first load up the 2025 DLC, I take it. That would, I'm guessing, then give you the ability to teleport from the start of 2024 to the end of 2025. Like you skip the first season with the current version. If I'm understanding you correctly there. I am curious, actually, maybe you'll be able to answer this, how you're going to implement Cadillac in there, given that there are only 11 team slots available. Are they going to just default be the creator team option? All right, Kimi's in to serve his penalty and change his front wing. So the medium tyres ready and waiting for him. And out he goes. Our pace is terrible. It's really bad at the moment. We need 18th and or higher for both drivers tonight to achieve our sponsor targets, and we desperately need that money now. George in 13th place is putting some pressure on Ollie Behrman. Chance to get him here on the main straight. Behrman's tyres must be starting to struggle now. And that is George through into 12th place. Just outside the points now. Norris has dropped down into 10th place. Max has got past him. So we're looking at 9 points gained for McLaren tonight. Still no points for Mercedes. That'll bring the gap down to 21 points for the final Grand Prix if things stay as they are. Still a long way to go in this Grand Prix though. And we don't know how the AI's tyres are faring up because we've deliberately hidden the tyre percentages. All I can tell you is that we are not quick. And our tyres are down to 60%. Leclerc now leads by over 6 seconds from Carlos Sainz. Starting to get some gaps opening up as well. There's not many trains available now. We've got this one here behind Isaac Hadjar. Alex Albon is tucked in with Max right behind. Lando just about hanging on to the back of the train. And then we have a small one here. Colapinto, Lindblad and Bortoletto. But everyone else starting to separate out a bit now. We are now 6 seconds behind Liam Lawson as we finally cross the line. George is closing in on the back of Yuki Tsunoda's Honda-powered Aston Martin. And Yuki's into the pits, and that might deny George the DRS. Let's see if his rear wing does actually open or not. I don't think it will. Colapinto coming in as well, and George did not get the DRS. So Tsunoda boxing off his soft tyres. Going on to a set of mediums. Colapinto coming in as well. Replacement set of soft tyres for Franco Colapinto. So that promotes us up to 17th and 18th, which is where we need to be, but we still have a serious issue with pace. We're now nearly 8.5 seconds behind Lawson. And our pit window is due to open very soon. I think we're going to need to change our strategy. I'm not convinced our hard tyres are going to be the right choice here. Cancel. I'm wondering if we maybe need to go with softs and then finish with a set of mediums instead. So we're going to need to stop probably around lap 16, 17. Let's go 16 with Valtteri. It's 1 second quicker. An extra stop's involved, but hopefully it will improve our pace. I'm going to split our strategies. We're going to move Valtteri onto this strategy. We're going to keep Perez as is for now, because we still need to know what the hard tyres are likely to do. And if the hard tyres work, then we can have a look at maybe reassessing a strategy for Valtteri. But if the hard tyres don't work, Perez has got better tyre wear, so he could come off the second set of hards into a set of mediums instead. Just trying to find a way to improve our pace a little bit, because it's nowhere at the moment. We've got a fault for Hulkenberg.
The upshift's degrading. Upshift.
That's gearbox issues for Nico.
Copy.
And we think it will end soon.
Copy, guys.
Am I sitting back on the streets?
Tsunoda gets through.
This one is involving Yuki Tsunoda. The opportunity begging to be taken. And that sees them move up into 18th.
Valtteri up next. And we have a yellow flag. Someone has made a mistake somewhere. A lockup for Arvid.
Take a look now. Now here, we're taking turn 6. And the car just locks. But that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
So that's big lockups for both Lawson and Lindblad. Doesn't seem to have done too much to their tyres. They're still both going pretty well in terms of pace. Lawson now is right on the back of his teammate as Tsunoda's all over us already. All over the back of Valtteri. Oh my god, he just flies on through. Not even a challenge as Behrman's in.
I really struggled, just couldn't go any faster.
And Tsunoda's broken DRS
Do your
already.
best.
My god.
Perez behind.
Ah, we are so bad here.
Perez 2.5 seconds behind.
Oh, problems getting that right rear off. Hate to see it happen to Behrman, but love to see someone else struggling.
A pit stop issue.
So, out of the pits he comes. In with Fatima. Yuki is 4 seconds ahead. He was behind at this point. Last time round, as Charles Leclerc boxes from the lead. So Tsunoda's at the point where he overtook us, and he's 5 seconds ahead of us in one lap. That is diabolical. So out into 10th place comes Charles Leclerc. 11th place, actually, as Russell went through as well. He's onto a set of medium tyres, and I think he will go medium to the end now. There we go. New fastest lap for Yuki Tsunoda. Just how quick was it? A 1:27.9. And we... What do we do? A 1:32.3. Hey! Ah, that's terrible. We're 7.5 seconds behind. Holy shit.
Yes.
Make that 8 seconds. We lost another half a second in one corner. Here comes Colapinto up to the back of Checo.
Okay, copy.
Okay, ramper mode push.
Okay.
Max is in from P7. Hulkenberg coming in as well. Onto medium tyres, and a pretty handy stop there for Red Bull. Medium tyres going on to the Audi there. All right, so this is Valtteri's scheduled pit lap.
Copy that.
Tyres are at 38%. Yeah, let's just push. 40%. We'll keep Perez out for one more lap. As Colapinto slots on through there. Let's hammer the tyres on the in lap.
You need to push as much as you can.
And bring him in.
Box this lap.
Yeah, I'm in box.
And box now, box.
Yeah,
Sainz
box,
and
box.
Gasly both coming into the pits. And Oscar and Hadjar. Wow, activity ramping up here in the pit lane. So the hard tires for Oscar, decent stop. Looks like Williams had a nice clean stop as well. Alpine didn't have any issues. Lawson finally comes in. And so does Valtteri. As Colapinto goes flying past there, you can see Hulkenberg having a look at Perez. Has to back out of it. And Behrman might get through as well. This could be really bad. Yeah, both of them get through. Can we at least fight off Nico Hulkenberg? Can we please beat somebody today? We push him very wide and claim the position. It's a 2.6 second stop, which is not quick for Valtteri, but he's out on track. Let's get these tyres warmed up. Perez coming in at the end of this lap. As Ocon boxes from P2 now. Hamilton up into the lead. Portoletto coming in as well now. We're going to stick with Perez, see if we can keep Nico behind for the whole lap. We've got a yellow flag out there. Not sure who it's for. It's a crash.
Now this was at turn 1.
Oh, this is Leclerc and Russell.
And not just one car involved.
And that's damage to Russell's front wing. He's lost the end plate.
Up after that. It's not going the way the team had hoped today.
That will probably just be a racing incident, I think. Let's take a look at George's damage. I think he's lost more than just an end plate. He has. He's lost a whole chunk of the right half of his front wing there. Disaster for Mercedes. With Antonelli nowhere. Oh, it is a penalty for Leclerc. Leclerc has a 5-second penalty. Another 2.6 second stop. It's just not quick.
Track will be clear.
We need to be getting down towards the 2.2s if possible. At least the 2.3s.
Next guy in front, Bottas.
Battery tyre still not in the window. I am very concerned about how the tyres are behaving for us here. Might not have to deal with it next season. This is one of the circuits that's facing the chop for next season. Don't forget, you can still vote on the community tab for which races we remove to take the calendar down to 20. Zandvoort is confirmed. 3 more need to be chosen. If one of the listed options is not there that you want to see, then stick it in the comments of the poll by clicking other and then write it in the comments below. And of course, we are increasing the number of sprints from 6 to 10. So if you'd like to see a sprint added to a specific circuit, let me know that in the poll comments as well. You have until the end of tomorrow to make your decisions. All right, temperature is now in the tyres. Let's turn those down so they don't melt.
We need to do the full management on this set. Yep.
And let's see if they will hold the temperature. And also what our pace is going to be like compared to Perez. Theoretically, it should be better. But who knows at this point. So, beginning of lap 20, Hamilton leads his teammate by 8 seconds, but is yet to stop. Albon is currently sitting in third. Then it's Russell fourth, who has some significant damage. Norris boxes from fifth. That promotes up Carlos Sainz. Tsunoda up to sixth now. Gasly seventh. Max will go through into eighth place. Piastri will go through, as will Hadjar. New fastest lap for Max Verstappen, a 127.9. So it's Oscar running in ninth place. Hadjar 10th. Ocon is 11th. Oh, Hadjar jumped Piastri through turn one. Colapinto's coming through as well. There he goes. Norris will slot out in 13th, just ahead of Ollie Behrman. Then it's Hulkenberg, Lawson. Will Bortoletto get ahead of Lindblad? Yes, he will. Lindblad just behind. Then it's Antonelli. Alonso back in the pits already. Slow stop. Battery does a 130.3. Tyres starting to cool down again. We might have to keep pushing these to keep the temperature in. It's a 133.0 for Perez, but his tyre's not at the temperature yet. And Hamilton's in. And so is Alex Albon. This will put Leclerc back into the lead, but he will have that penalty to serve at his next stop. Hard tyres for Hamilton. And is he about to try a one-stop race? He's done 21 laps. He's got 38 laps to go. Could he take the hard tyres the distance, or is he still planning another stop? Hadjar with a new fastest lap, a 127.5. As he is in 8th place now. Albon will rejoin in 11th. And my tyres are out of the window again. Looks like we are going to have to push the tyres. And these tyres still haven't fired up. I think we might have to go full attack, potentially. We'll give it another lap. Let's see if we can get into the window, but I'm not sure what the window is going to be on the hard tyres yet. And how slow is Perez going to be? Crossing the line, does a 131, so he's a second slower. But those tyres will be a lot more durable. So here comes Sainz lining up George. George now with some severe front wing damage. Still needs to stop as well. He's the only driver who hasn't stopped yet. Is he trying to run long for a one stop? As Carlos dives up the inside. Oh, contact! Contact with George.
So
Russell, I think, is he out? His front wing is certainly terminal. Oh, this could be huge for the constructors.
Really?
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
A second collision today for George Russell. Not the drive of a champion. He's got some major issues with his pace. That front wing is completely terminal, but can the car keep going? Can he at least try and get back into this race and salvage something? Sainz picks up a penalty now. And look how slow George is. I don't know if he's actually retiring here or not. McLaren currently not in the points. But there goes Piastri. Piastri up to 8th place. Is George out? He's going to be into the pits, but is it to change his front wing and tyres, or is it to retire? In he comes. I don't see the mechanics. This is going to be a retirement then. It is. George is out. And with Antonelli effectively out of the race, given his pace, this is a huge opportunity now for McLaren. I'm not sure if that's George retiring or swearing about retiring or being compared to Lewis Hamilton.
What about tyres?
Yeah, these tyres are not firing up, are they?
My tyres are still okay.
And we need full push.
Copy.
Who the hell was that? Was that Checo? Did not sound like Checo. So, McLaren 30 points behind, but now have a golden opportunity to score uncontested points against Mercedes tonight. They currently sit in 8th and 11th, so they're only going to pick up 4 points as things currently stand. They need to do better. Piastri is lining up the back of Isaac Hadjar. Norris's pace is not good though, 128.4. He's quicker than Ocon, but he's slower by far than Albon at the moment. Needs to up his pace.
No management required.
Copy.
Mode push.
Copy.
Use the energy.
Copy.
And George has certainly done us a favour and made it easier for us to have a chance of getting both cars into the top 10, the top 18 tonight by retiring. Alonso will make things easier as well, given his substantial damage to his car, and Antonelli might be catchable as well, depending on what he does with tyres for the rest of this race. New fastest lap for Pierre Gasly at 127.2 as he goes chasing after Carlos. Front two drivers both now have a 5-second penalty to be applied for contact with George Russell. It's like a conspiracy. Hadjar closing in on the back of Tsunoda, maybe struggling a little with some dirty air as well, but Tsunoda's pace is way off at the moment. Is he about to stop again?
We're okay to push a bit harder if you can.
Yes, he is. There we go. Into the pits for Yuki Tsunoda. This is going to leave Hadjar high and dry on the main straight. Tries to block the move. Piastri switches to the outside and just breezes on through. So Piastri back up to 6th place now. So that gives him 8 points. Norris now into the top 10 for a point. So that's 9 points. They need more. They need a lot more than that.
Charge on.
Copy.
Yeah, look at this, like 122 and not even a hint of overheating these tyres yet. We've got an issue for Albon now.
The car double in 50.
Sounds like some gearbox issues going on for that second Williams. Where is he right now? He's in 9th place. Yeah, I think we've kind of committed to using 2 sets of hard tyres for Perez now. Maybe we could squeeze him back onto a set of mediums, but I don't know. I really don't know what to do with Checo. Valtteri's strategy in terms of tyre wear seems to be working. We are having to manage his tyre temps on the softs a bit more actively. We could set and forget with the mediums and to the hards as well, but they will wear out slightly quicker than the prediction. And still, we're just not lapping very fast. I think we are going to need a retirement or some kind of intervention of a safety car, a well-timed safety car. Maybe a well-tamed one as well. To improve our fortunes tonight. But we are staring down the very real risk of not being able to actually get either car home in the top 18. As Sainz now develops a fault. Problems at both Williams cars.
No hydraulics, I think.
Sounds like an engine issue. We are almost certainly going to get lapped. You can see Leclerc isn't that far behind Perez on track now. Alonso is about to get lapped as Isaac hits the pits. That'll put Norris up another place. Colapinto coming in as well. So Norris up to 9th for 2 points. That's 10 points now for McLaren. Still need a lot more than that. Piastri needs to be getting into the top 5 minimum. And Norris needs to get himself up as high as he can as well. Out into 14th place, just ahead of Nico Hulkenberg then for Isaac Hadjar. Medium tyres. No, hard tyres, so that'll be him to the end of the Grand Prix now, I think.
In the pits? Now, what happened there, Karun?
The Alpine crew standing by. But they run into trouble and it holds up their stop.
Well, that sounds like he stalled it. And out goes Franco. Valtteri's tyres again, just over temperature, but the plan is to box him. Let's actually calm the tyres down and see if we can stretch him by an extra lap.
Cool your tyres.
Copy.
Lapping a second a lap slower than Perez right now. Lawson just a couple of seconds ahead of us, but yeah, it's still not good, is it? So here we go then. Can we stretch him one extra lap? Paris is definitely closing in. These tyres have lost their pace now. But I'm committed to this strategy for Valtteri now. There's no way I can take him to the end with just the hards. Leclerc has lapped Alonso. There he is in the background. Antonelli up to P16. He's actually doing better than I thought he would, but again, he needs to make another stop soon. That rear wing is glitched. It is actually functional. He hasn't been hit up the backside. And look at the pace difference now between Valtteri and Perez. So Perez looks like he'll be stopping maybe around lap 37. Maybe lap 38. I don't know whether to put him on to another set of mediums or put him back on the hards and just full push the hards like we're doing at the moment. That might be better. Might be better. Antonelli boxes, so that's going to make it tricky for Valtteri to catch him. What tires is he putting on? If he's got hards, I'm going to guess hards to take him to the end. Might go mediums. He might just about take mediums to the end. That is hard tyre, so that's Antonelli's final scheduled stop. P18 is just driving away from us now. Valtteri will temporarily go through. Perez will temporarily go through, but short-lived. We get lapped by Charles Leclerc while we're in the pits here. It's another 2.6 second stop. It's just not good enough. There goes Sainz, Gasly, and Hamilton. We can at least push fuel now. Switch our attention back to Perez. Now we're behind Alonso. That's not good. Need to catch and pass him as quickly as possible. I mean, his pace is not great, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. But we're going to start getting blue flag from other cars soon as well. Max is only a couple of seconds on the road behind us. Then it's Oscar, then Ocon, and Albon.
Vibrations are happening now.
Yeah, we're going to get quite a few blue flags before we box Valtteri for his final set of tyres.
doing a good job with the tires.
Copy.
There you can see Max is behind us. And we're getting blue flag to let him through. Really, really big lift. Oh, this is terrible. We really suffer when we get blue flags compared to the AI. And that's really frustrating. Because we're going to have to do that again in a second for Oscar.
Tyre temps look good.
Understood.
There we go. Big lift once again. As Leclerc boxes from the lead. So this is to serve his final pit stop and his 5-second penalty. Sainz, Gasly and Hamilton go through. Can he get out in front of Max? No, he can't. There goes Max. Piastri goes through, and so does Valtteri, which means we're going to get blue flagged again at some point from Charles Leclerc. Ocon gets through, and Albon's just going to pip him as well. There's Albon. So Leclerc out in P8, but hard tyres will take him to the end of the Grand Prix.
Car ahead is Albon.
Perez coming under some real pressure from Antonelli now that Antonelli's tyres are up to temperature. Valtteri has caught now. Well, I say has caught. Alonso has dropped back because he's been blue flagged. There is Ocon. So it's not long till we get blue flagged again. We have to clear Alonso quickly here.
Slow down now.
Yes, copy.
You can save less.
Copy.
Charge on.
Copy.
One thing we won't have to worry about Alonso is him getting DRS. That rear wing is very much smashed up.
I can keep this pace.
Race is long. Car behind now is Alonso.
Antonelli gets through, Sainz in to serve his penalty. Max is boxing as well, so once again, it's another car that's going to come back out and blue flag us. Medium tyres for Sainz. And hard tyres for Max. Max definitely going to the end. Sainz should make it.
Okay, let's get on it.
23 laps
Still
he's got to
everything
do on
to play
those tyres. Did we get past Alonso? No, we didn't. Damn it. And Ocon's getting close. All right, we're going to have to try and
No
push
worries,
and get him
Don't
way
push.
before then, or else we're just going to get blue flagged again. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Is that Max? It is. A lockup for Max straight out of the
This
pits.
was the fourth corner.
There's a couple of corners and into the tarmac runoff area. At least he kept it out the gravel. Clatters over the curves to get back onto the track again. Oh, there's the blue flag for Ocon. Next up will
We're
be
happy with
Alex
tarmac.
Albon. He's only 4 seconds behind.
Yep, copy.
Piastri's in from 3rd place. So a good stop for Oscar here. Penalty-free stop means he might gain some positions here. Norris currently in P8. He's going to be in very soon as well. Albon comes in, having
Okay,
Having him box now saves us from getting blue flags from him. Oh, it's a bad stop. It's a bad stop. He needed a good clean stop there, and he did not get it. Norris is coming in as well. And I'm still... Oh, there we go. We finally get through. As I say, we're still stuck behind Alonso, but we do get through now. Decent stop for Norris. Norris has gone medium tyres to take him to the end of the race, as has Piastri. So Piastri is in 7th. Norris is going to come out behind Colapinto, or just ahead? Just ahead. But he's going to be vulnerable on this lap.
Now down to the pits. There's been a hold-up.
The Sauber team there, standing by. Oh, but they have trouble releasing the car.
All right, let's see what kind of pace we can get out of Valtteri now that we've finally got him into some clear air. Oh, here comes Leclerc. Oh, God.
Blue flag.
So we're going to have Alonso up our chop again.
Copy.
Let's have a look. What are our tyres at? 35%. Yeah, we need to box this lap. So, hard tyres again. Oh, wow, they really did fall away at the end of that stint, didn't they?
Box now, box.
Yeah, copy.
Gasly's in from P2. Running well at the moment, and he's probably going to get out in front of the McLarens with Oscar
You
Piastri.
need to keep your K1 usage down a bit, otherwise you just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody. Yep.
Right, I've put some gap between Valtteri and Alonso again. Behrman comes in. Oh, he's so far ahead of us. It's unreal. God, with those blue flags, the gap between Perez and Bottas has exploded up to 27 seconds. Perez is going to get a clean stop, basically. He's got to stop ahead. A complete clean pit stop here ahead of Valtteri. He will rejoin, still in 19th place. So Valtteri's done in this Grand Prix, effectively, because he still needs to stop one more time. Those blue flags, as we were trying to get past Alonso, absolutely ruined us. Hey, look at that. We actually finally got a good pit stop. 2.26.
White line on exit.
We'll take that. Hulkenberg with an issue. That's his gearbox getting worse. Whereas Nico at the moment. P17. Actually, no, that's just a new issue flaring up, as we're immediately going to get blue flagged out of the pits. But at least we don't lose that much time, as Ocon and Leclerc both get through. So lap 38, Hamilton leads by 15 seconds from Esteban Ocon. Both of those two do need to stop again. Charles Leclerc is going to the end. He is in P3, so he is a net P1 right now. Gasly probably going to the end, is 9.5 seconds back. Evening, Clark. I was wondering if we were going to see you tonight. You get trapped in the office of your house. What's trapping you is like a spider on the carpet between you and the door, and that leaves you completely powerless. Do you have like an angry kitten that just keeps hissing anytime you go near the door? The FIA say you can't cross it until after 5:30. Battery's tyres have dropped out the window again. Gotta fire them back up again. We are 37 seconds behind Kimi Antonelli. Yeah, without a retirement, we're not even going to get one of our cars into the top 18. This has been a disastrous weekend.
All the boost bar.
Okay, copy.
And no, Farah, Dino, it's not karma because I've signed Hamilton.
And you are
Before
doing a
you
good job on
suggest
tires,
that.
like this.
Yeah, copy.
Because I know at least one of you will. All right, blue flags are about to start waving for Valtteri. We've got Sainz and Tsunoda coming up behind him. Colapinto's just gone through as well. Valtteri is just going backwards at almost every corner now because of these blue flags. There they go. Piastri's only 4 seconds behind us on the track. Less than that, maybe. Currently P7. That's worth 6 points. Norris outside the top 10 at the moment in 12th. But Lindblad needs to box again. And Piastri is going to jump Ocon when Ocon finally hits the pits. Like Ocon has blue flagged Norris, Piastri, sorry. There's Ocon. Are we at least staying close enough to get DRS? No, is the answer. We are lapping quicker than him though. We took 1.2 seconds out of him. So maybe we've actually been catching up to him. He is due to stop soon. And we are pushing the battery. Let's stop pushing the battery.
Charge button on.
Arvid comes in. He is almost a lap ahead of Perez. Colapinto in as well. Again, a long way ahead of us. And Lawson. Yeah. If this is one of the races that does get chopped next season, I will not miss it. Take a quick look at the post. Yeah, 64% of the votes that have been cast so far want this circuit removed, so it's gone next season. We've had 2 votes for Monaco, so that's going to be tied, I think, with Abu Dhabi. Maybe. It's close. It's tight. I've got to work out exactly. We've had 47 votes on the poll, and we're at 11%. So that's going to be, what, 4 votes for Abu Dhabi. So Monaco still on the grid for next season as things currently stand, as we get blue flagged.
Solid blues for Perez in front.
Gasly going through. Hamilton's into the pits. Is that hard tyres? Sorry, soft tyres. It is soft tyres, but only 16 laps to go, so they will go that distance. Alonso's in the pits again. And we are just getting hammered with flags right now.
just cool down the tyres as much as you can.
We're about to get blue flags for Lewis here.
Behind you, we have Bottas.
Yeah, Valtteri's about to get blue flagged again for Isaac Hadjar.
Go back to doing lift and coast now.
Copy.
Oh, look at that. Perez's tyres are actually overheating. All right, Ocon finally hits the pits, as does Yuki Tsunoda.
Copy.
That'll push Piastri up a place. Norris. Can Norris jump somebody here? Soft tyres going on. And medium Suzuki. That looked like a bad stop for Tsunoda, who is going to lose a place to Lando here by the look of it. Ocon's into turn 1. There is Yuki Tsunoda. So Norris just into the top 10. Piastri's in P5 now, so that's 11 points as things stand for McLaren. That'll reduce the gap to 19 going into the final Grand Prix in terms of the gap to Mercedes. Antonelli's got himself up to P15, but he's still not looking like he's going to challenge for points tonight. So it's all in McLaren's hands. Can Piastri catch Sainz? He is lapping quicker. He's not going to catch Gasly, I don't think. He's certainly not going to catch Hamilton, who's on those brand new soft tyres. And he's not going to catch Leclerc. So there is the potential for 4th place. Having said that, Max is closing in quickly. Norris is not likely to catch Ocon. He's going to come under pressure from Tsunoda as Hamilton sets a new fastest lap of 125.9. And it's time for Valtteri's final stop.
Mode push.
Yep.
Still need at least one retirement to help us out here. Perez's tyres out of the window again now.
Any increase pushing status a bit more?
Copy.
A yellow flag. Someone just running a little wide, maybe.
And very good job.
It's a lockup for Kimi.
But this is what happened. Look at the Mercedes.
Oh, some very, very dodgy looking defending there
Well, you
from
could see the lockup.
Liam Lawson,
They
I
took a
think.
gamble, and it was just too
And that
late.
really unsettled the Mercedes of Antonelli there. No wonder he locked up. Oh, it was Lindblad, not Lawson. Lawson's down in 18th.
And tire temperatures are good.
Copy.
All right, into the pits for Valtteri for his final stop. He should get out in front of Alonso, who has just been lapped by Antonelli.
Copy.
This will clear Norris and Tsunoda as well. Probably Behrman and maybe Bortoletto as well. We're going to be right up against getting lapped by Hulkenberg. Oh, the ignominy. All right, out of the pits. Here comes Hulkenberg and Lindblad. So through goes... Oh, not yet.
Next car is Perez.
Not quite yet. There goes Nico Hulkenberg. There goes Arvid Lindblad. So we have been lapped by P15.
14 laps to go.
And we're only a few seconds ahead of Antonelli.
Flag for Bottas.
He's about 4 seconds behind us on track. What a shocker this race has been. The blue flags have not been kind to us. The pace just has not been there in the slightest today. And the tyres have been a bit weird as well, which has not helped. It's very much a circuit in the AI's favour with this tyre mod. Or maybe it's just a true reflection of just how bad our car is. Or a combination of both. New fastest lap for Yuki Tsunoda, a 125.8. He's got himself clear of Lando Norris. So Norris out of the points again. Oscar doing all the heavy lifting. And Sainz has picked his pace up a little bit. As we get blue flagged for Kimi Antonelli from a way back. That was a very quick 4 seconds. And there is Colapinto. Oh my God. And there's Alonso having got comfortably out ahead of Alonso. We're now just a second ahead of him again. Oh my God. We're going to get lapped by Lawson at this rate, I think, potentially. Let's see. Lawson's doing 128s. Let's see what Valtteri can actually do once his tyres get up to temperature and he gets a clean run. Will we actually be able to get up to pace before Lawson gets to us? It's been a shambles so far.
Be careful on traction.
Copy.
We're going to see Lawson in just a second. There, just saw a little glimpse of him. We'll certainly see him here on the straight. Oh, is that game over for Sainz?
I had a misshift, I don't know why.
It's gearbox issues for Sainz. That will actually be a huge boost to Oscar, who is suddenly closing in very quickly. But Max is lurking there as well. So Piastri needs to clear him quickly and efficiently if he wants to hold on ahead of Verstappen. Lawson has lapped Alonso. He's about to do that to us as well. See if we can at least prevent that.
Push. Copy.
Nope. God damn it. We're lapped by Liam Lawson. Our target position of 18th is an entire lap ahead of us.
Yeah, copy.
Or at least ahead of Valtteri. Perez is still another half a lap clear. Could Perez even lap Valtteri at this point? What has happened to Valtteri these last few races? Alright, we're going to unlap ourselves from Hulkenberg as he hits the pits. But that doesn't help us in any way, shape or form. It just means that Valtteri's likely to get blue flagged again at some point if he's not careful. And he's going to be too quick for Perez. And Piastri is losing ground again to Carlos Sainz. Those gearbox issues are not impactful enough on sides at the moment. Norris is losing ground to Tsunoda quite handsomely, but Albon's starting to struggle. So Norris may yet be able to get back into the points, but he's going to struggle to do much of anything. And Max is now all over the back of Piastri. This is a golden opportunity going begging here for McLaren, and they are wasting it. Is their dominance in the constructors finally about to come to an end?
Charge on.
And look how far ahead Lawson is already of Valtteri. Ah, that's so depressing. I just don't know. I don't understand why Valtteri, who's been quicker than Perez for most of the season, is suddenly slower and has a better engine. By a not inconsiderable amount as well. .126.5. That was a very quick lap for Lawson. We did a 128.5 with our battery. We're still only 2 seconds ahead of Fernando, though. It's not like Valtteri's confidence is in the toilet. I see more blue flags coming. Hadjar, Alonso, and Norris. Oh no, wait, they're on Perez. So Tsunoda has lapped Perez. Could Ferrari get a 1-2 tonight? Hamilton is all over the back of Gasly. Piastri has been fending off Verstappen, starting to close back in on Carlos Sainz. Norris is still not onto the back of Albon yet. And that's it for spare fuel. Can't push the fuel any further.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
Copy.
No more lift and coast.
Copy.
Look at the gap just to Hulkenberg. It's 41.5 seconds. Another 35 seconds to Valtteri. Hadjar's into the pits. Oh, now this is going to give Norris a real opportunity if he can take his tyres to the end. Even last-minute pit stops for these guys will not help us. We're so far behind. Set of soft tyres for Isaac. Can he fight back up to the points again? Norris has now caught Alex Albon. Piastri close, but not quite close enough to the back of Sainz, and Max is still right there, half a second behind. I want McLaren to score good points today because I want to see a real fight in the constructors at Abu Dhabi.
And we need to push for these laps. You're doing a good job.
Yep.
Piastri's again lost ground. He's having to drive defensively to keep Max behind. He might not even be able to here. Here comes Max. Has a little look. Oscar covers him off. Now it's Norris's turn. And they are tearing up the track to catch up to Perez. Perez might be the deciding factor in who gets the position here. There's the move from Norris. Oh, he tries to cover it off, does Albon, but Norris forces his way through. And completes the move. So Norris up to 9th place. And now we're looking at 12 points for McLaren. It's all down to whether Oscar can jump up here, because there's no further position that Norris can claim.
Let's concentrate on clean laps as fast as you can.
Okay.
All right, we have at least opened that gap up to Fernando again. Valtteri has pace now that he's in clear air. He's just so far behind, he can't do anything with it.
And 6 laps to go.
Copy.
I mean, he's setting personal bests in sectors every lap at the moment, it seems.
We must do lift and coast every lap, or else we may not finish the race.
No, we're all right at the moment. Oh, fault for Albon again.
There was an engine issue.
Williams starting to struggle here in the desert, and that might be a reprieve now for Norris. He's got the gap up to 1.5 seconds. Piastri looks like he's pushing onto the back of Sainz again. Can he get him? No, he can't. And I think Max is in DRS range again. And Ocon is closing up as well now. So this could actually become a very tense fight here for Oscar.
Laps to go.
Copy.
There's absolutely no reason to watch our cars at the moment. They are so far removed from any kind of fight.
And more energy available.
Copy.
Gasly looks like he might be able to hang on for second place. Another strong podium for Pierre Gasly in that Alpine today. He's in the offing, whether it's second or third. Sainz is too far back. And Piastri's tyres are almost dead. They're down to 35% on the left-hand side, 34 now, 38% on the right-hand side. He might not have the tyres to be able to go after Sainz at all. And Max is still a threat in the background. Ocon is also a threat. I think the straight line speed of that McLaren is saving it at the moment. But it does not have the pace in the corners anymore.
4 laps to go.
Yep.
We're into the final 3 laps. I think we can just about avoid being lapped a second time by Charles Leclerc, but it's not been a good weekend for us at all, has it? It's been an absolute shocker.
We need to do more lift and coast. Please increase by 10%.
Copy.
I'd wager to say that this has actually been our worst event this season. coming hot on the heels of our best. Ah, dear. Couldn't make this stuff up. The season's been so scattergun in terms of how we've been able to compete. All right, last 2 laps for Oscar, who still can't get close enough to Sainz. Norris is free and clear of Albon now. Behrman's not a threat anymore.
3 laps to go.
It is now all down to this fight here.
And charge button on, charge button on.
Copy.
Here we go. Leclerc onto his final lap. So a lap and a half for Perez, just under 2 laps for Valtteri. As Piastri's about to start his final lap, and he still cannot get DRS off the back of Sainz down the main straight. I think that's it. I think he's going to be consigned to a best possible finish of 5th. Tsunoda has caught the back of Ocon as well. Here comes Verstappen. Not close enough. There's Ocon. There's Tsunoda. And all of a sudden Piastri is in striking range, but the main overtaking opportunity is gone.
Copy.
Valtteri's been lapping so well, he's actually caught up to the back of Lawson, Colapinto and Antonelli.
What about tyres?
Starting to slide a bit.
This is where the pace has been. He saved it for the last few laps. You know, the final stint when it does no purpose whatsoever. This was the last opportunity here for Piastri, and he's just not close enough.
Tyres are quite hot.
That's Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is today's winner.
It is a win for Charles. It won't be a 1-2 for Ferrari, but they will get a double podium. Sainz will hang on for 4th place. Piastri will take 5th to get 10 much needed points for McLaren. Norris will bring it home in 9th for another 2. So we're going to have an 18-point gap between McLaren and Mercedes, with Mercedes in the ascendancy in 1st position. Going into the final Grand Prix of the season, there'll be 43 points available. We are going to have a real scrap for that final podium places, but George should be back to form. Who knows about Kimi? Maybe. And is there anything left in those McLarens for next season? Or are they running at the dregs of their power?
Well, that's another race all finished. There, of course, we have the RB driver.
A 14th place finish today, no points and lots to think about.
And the Monegasque driver certainly proved his worth with a terrific drive today.
6 wins now in this season, they're not flagging. A mighty impressive victory.
And that picture right there brings together the podium finishers for the Qatar Grand Prix. Taking a look back on the season, Karun, just how will the team be feeling, do you think?
They must be delighted. Collectively, they've done really well, and you've got to imagine the board are going to be very proud of the team's achievements.
He was shitting all over me at the start of the weekend. Now he's singing my praises. And we had our worst race ever.
Its conclusion this year. Meet us next time in Abu Dhabi, between the desert and the sea, for an enthralling finale.
Schizophrenic broadcasting there from Karun Chandok. So, confirmation of the final results. Another win for Charles Leclerc. Gasly takes another podium, second place tonight. Hamilton takes third. Sainz just hangs on for fourth place ahead of Oscar Piastri in fifth. Max up 6 places into sixth. Seventh is Esteban Ocon. Eighth place, Yuki Tsunoda up 7 places tonight. Ninth for Lando Norris. 10th for Alex Albon. In the bottom half of the standings, it's Behrman in 11th, 12th for Isaac Hadjar, 13th for Bortoleto, who gained 9 places tonight. Good drive for the young Brazilian. 14th for Lindblad, 15th for Colapinto, 16th for Antonelli, 17th for Lawson, 18th for Hulkenberg, 19th for Perez, 20th for Valtteri. We did manage to avoid the ignominy of being lapped twice. Unfortunately, Fernando was not so lucky, but his car was ruined in that Turn 1 collision with Antonelli. And had that not happened, I think we would have been comfortably adrift at the bottom of the grid instead of Fernando. And the one retirement, George Russell, who was clobbered first by Charles Leclerc and then by Carlos Sainz, which forced terminal damage to his car that meant he had to pull into the pits and retire. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Champion George, 359 points, is very much clear of Charles Leclerc, who gets his 6th win of the season tonight, moves back up into second place, 4 points ahead of Oscar Piastri. Max in 4th also drops down a place, and we will have a 3-way fight for second in the driver standings between Leclerc, Piastri and Verstappen. Just 9 points separates all 3 of them there. Lando gets up to 200 points with his 2 points tonight. Sainz has closed the gap to just 15 now. Hamilton in 7th is 9 points further back on 176. Then it's Antonelli with 149. Alonso and Albon tied on 132 points apiece, but Alonso has won a race this season, which is why he has 9th over Albon. Then it's Gasly with 126 points. Tsunoda has 85, Valtteri 33, Hadjar 26, Hulkenberg 15, 13 points apiece for Perez and then Colapinto, 10 points apiece now for Lawson and Ocon. Ocon jumping his teammate tonight after his 7th place finish. Bortoleto still has a point, and still Arvid yet to score. Looks like he might do a dirty sweep of the entire season here with no points scored. Into the constructors standings then, McLaren have closed the gap by 12. They are 18 points behind leaders Mercedes and 20 points ahead of Ferrari, who are trying to bring themselves back into this. And they could still mathematically win this Constructors' Challenge. They are 38 points behind. There are 43 points available. Ferrari somehow are still in this. Williams are 4th on 317 points. They stretch another 5-point lead over Red Bull. So they now sit on 317, 6 points clear of Red Bull with 1 round to go. Aston in 6th have 217. Then it's Alpine with 139. We have 46 points ahead of Audi. They're on 16. Haas take a step forward as they jump off the bottom. They're on to 15 points now, just 1 behind Audi. And Racing Bulls down into 11th. They have 10 points. Did we get onto the leaderboard? We did. In 9th. Our 2.269, our quickest stop of the season, was good enough for 2 points. And we weren't even close with Valtteri. McLaren had the quickest stop ahead of Red Bull 2nd and 4th. Aston gets some good points in 3rd. Alpine take 5th and 10th. Racing Bulls have 6th. Ferrari 7th. Williams 8th. Let's see what the standings look like in this competition. McLaren are still top. Red Bull have closed the gap by 5 points, but they are now too far behind. McLaren have won the DHL fastest pit stop competition. They are 68 points clear with just 43 points remaining. Ferrari in 3rd, still not confirmed in 3rd. They are only 9 points clear of Mercedes. So those two will do battle for 3rd place in the standings. Racing Bulls are in P5 on 237. Alpine have 198. Aston move above Audi by 9 points. They're on 129 to 120. We are still tied with Williams, 67 points apiece. We are ahead of Williams in 9th. I'd love it if we could hold 9th place. That would be worth a little bit of extra cash at the end of the season, and God knows we're going to need as much money as we can possibly get our hands on. And Haas, bottom with 44 points. There you see a summary. Our quickest stop for Valtteri was 0.2 of a second away from the leaderboard. We only just snuck on here with Perez, and the other 2 stops for Valtteri were both 2.6 second stops, as was Perez's first. Just not quick enough. Neither driver achieves their sponsor target. We make no money at all. That is really, really not good. So the scene is set for the final Grand Prix of the season. We remain $2.78 million in debt. I was really hoping to take maybe close to $1 million off that tonight. That didn't happen. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's dive into the inbox. See what we need to resolve. Ready for tomorrow's race. Yes, we are in debt. I know. Post-race data. What broke, if anything? Front wing broke on both cars. I was worried that might happen. We also lost a rear wing, which we can replace. A side pod, which we can replace, no problem at all. But we're going to have no spare front wings if we keep them both on the same spec. So let's fix up the cars. And let's change design and put Perez onto the previous spec, so they will both have spare wings available. Chassis, rear wing, side pods at high risk, but they will get through to the next round. So no issues there. We're going to have a spare rear wing, which is good, in case we get clobbered in practice or qualifying. We'll have a spare side pod, and we will even have a spare underfloor as well. So that's kind of good. We're going into the final race slightly better shape than I thought we would be in terms of parts. Still not a great car though, unfortunately. What else? We are still in debt. Yes, I know. The board will continue to lose confidence. They're going to be disappointed. I can feel it. Look at all the issues that are starting to build up that we need to resolve and can't because we don't have any money. Yeah, disappointed. That was a horrible, horrible race, and I will not miss this circuit next season. 1 round to go. And again, it's going to be overcast. We might have more tyre temperature issues. I think we're going to use the hard tyres in practice, and we'll try and rely on softs and mediums as much as we can, I think, for the race. That seemed to be better for out-and-out pace, but it does mean we are making more stops, which means we're more likely to get blue flagged into oblivion again. I don't know whether or not to play it safe with the sponsors. I really don't. I think we might have to. I think we might have to set it as 20th or higher for both, just so we get some money coming in. And even then, we might not even achieve that. I don't know what to expect after how massively off the pace we were tonight. And coming off the back of the high of Las Vegas, to drop so much going into Qatar, that's it's left me completely floundering a little bit into how I'm going to approach the final race. That will be tomorrow's Jim's problem. We are done for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. If you have, even though I haven't, if you've enjoyed watching me suffer, then drop a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. If you are not yet subscribed, then why not consider subscribing to the channel as well. Be sure to hit that bell as well for notifications on new videos and live streams. And I will be back at the usual time tomorrow, 8 PM, for the finale of Season 1 and the results of the poll. Don't forget, if you have not voted, vote. It's your opportunity to help shape what the calendar will look like next season. You have until the end of tomorrow's stream, and I will keep plugging that throughout the stream as well tomorrow. But until tomorrow, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.